Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday, the 26th of July, 2019, and the Metro City nightclub is the place to be. This is your Thunderdome 31 main event, and it is for the WA State Middleweight title. This bout is scheduled for 8 by 3-minute rounds in the 72.2 kilogram middleweight division. Introducing first, standing to my right, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, he wears the white shorts with gold trim. He is trained by Eagle Pose from the Lions Den Academy. With an official weight of 72.1 kilograms, he has a record of 4 fights for 4 wins. Fighting out of Kielba, Victoria, but hailing from Perth, Western Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jesse White! And his opponent, standing to my left, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears the red shorts with gold trim. He is trained by the Big Green, Dale Phillips. With an official weight of 70.5 kilograms, he has a record of 15 fights with 3 draws and 3 wins, one by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Filipino Flash, Brice Roullo!
Here we go, we have arrived at the main event of Thunderdome 31. We hope you are enjoying our coverage here on WTV, live from Perth Metro City. My name is Brett Benetti, joined at ringside by former Mayor Morrison, and this fight is for the WA State Middleweight title, and it is Brice Roullo in the red trunks, taking on Jesse White in the white trunks. It is a rematch from Thunderdome 30, so big props to Brice Roullo for taking this fight on short notice after Paul Gould had to pull out due to injury, Paul.
Yeah, and it was obviously the contest that they had last time. Jesse White won a very wide points decision. If I was in obviously Brice Roullo's corner, it's not a fight I would have asked for as the immediate rematch. I would have been trying to get 1 or 2 more fights before having another crack at Jesse, but like you said, props to Brice because he's got great heart and he's jumped at the opportunity when there was an injury come up to Paul Gould.
Much respect, and again, Jesse White looked fantastic in their last fight, so this is a rematch, and he looks in tremendous shape. Got plenty of support here at Perth Metro City. So many people in white T-shirts, if that makes sense.
Yep.
But they're very loud and proud, and they come to support their man.
He's got great support, obviously Jesse. What we saw last time when they fought on Thunderdome, as you said, 30, was that Jesse just really used his athleticism and his movement, his speed. And Brice really couldn't cut off the ring. He really couldn't engage in the fight, which is what he wanted to do. Jesse really didn't let him do that. So tonight, I think it's whether we can see if Brice can find a way on the inside and he can stop that movement.
Nice punch there by White. And I remember interviewing Jesse inside the ring, and his sister was in the ring as well. Very emotional time as they lost their father at Christmas time last year. Fought in his honour and continue on that trend tonight. So much respect to both fighters in the ring here in the main event of Thunderdome 31.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of respect shown between the two. It looks like they've sort of taken off where they left off. They haven't really tried to. You can see Jesse trying to establish that jab and then some movement, which is good. But Brice looks like he just wants to come in hard with that left hand. And if he does that without setting up with his jab, what we just saw Jesse do there, he's going to use his movement to get away quite easily. So Brice has just got to try and settle down. He's got 8 rounds to get into his work. He doesn't have to do it all in the first round.
Nice punch there by White. You know, it's strange. He got so much support here. The announcers coming out of Victoria, but he is a Perth boy. So our viewers are quite confused over the cheers that he's getting in Perth. It's because he is a Perth boy. And a lot of people come over from Victoria to support him as well. So
yeah, he's got good support. He's got his own gym, obviously, over in Melbourne. Him and his wife, I think. So, and like I said, with his family support over here, the last fight that he fought over here, it was his first opportunity for his home crowd to come and watch him fight. So they've certainly come out in numbers again tonight. Huge
Oh,
support.
nice punch there by Brice. But recovered quickly by White, and as he moves around the wheel, got movement, and he's got a nice jab and movement, hasn't he?
He's got great movement, and that's again, not that we're going back on him, but what you see Floyd Masson do is exactly that. He knows what his strengths are, he uses his movement. Jesse does the same. He's not, at the moment, he's not a big power puncher. He's not dropping the weight to just nail the power in the punches. He's just using his movement.
End of round number one.
It's a really good quality fight. First round for this state title fight. We've got the big rig in the corner and Benny Cruz, the undefeated former Australian champion for Brice Roullo, and obviously in the corner Jesse White's his trainer Eagle. Both boys look calm, they look relaxed, they're not taking big deep breaths, they look like they're in good shape. So this should be a good fight.
Yeah, not much preparation for Brice Roullo in this one, so again, much respect for him to even take the fight, otherwise would have been left without a main event. So, and Jesse White coming over Victoria, that would have left him extremely frustrated as well. So at the same time, he's probably feeling much respect and gratitude for Brice Roullo for agreeing to fight him again, especially after the first fight.
Absolutely. I think that in the time between this fight and their last fight, I think that Jesse had a fight cancelled in Melbourne.
Yeah.
I think Jesse may have even made weight, and it was actually on the day of the fight.
His
opponent pulled out.
I heard the story after the weigh-in, and it was really unprofessional. And for the guy to put in that work and to pull out like that, it was very unprofessional of his opponent. And he still had a good attitude, and it's probably why he's over here at Thunderdome. The Dragonfire guys won't let him down.
No, exactly. And it's good to see that he is staying active, because he's also got his next fight booked in November at the Melbourne Pavilion in Melbourne. So he's trying to stay active, and that's what you need to do with obviously a record of 4 fights and 4 wins. He's just got to keep active and stay in there.
Great thing about Brice Roullo, again, his record might not look flattering on paper, but this guy fights everybody and anybody, anytime, and steps up like on nights like this. And he's always been durable, and it's always a tough fight. It's not like he's losing fights quite easy. He's always a tough opponent, no matter who he gets in the ring with.
Yeah, he's almost what they'd say in boxing as the gatekeeper, so to speak. You've got to get through him if you want to go to bigger and better pastures, as they say. But again, for the viewers at home, they can see the difference in stance. We've got the southpaw in Brice Roullo. He's a left-hander. Means he obviously boxes with his right leg forward. And that can make it a little bit of an awkward fight. It can change the angles of where the punches come from.
As we hear the chants here at Perth Metro City, getting right behind their man, Jesse White.
What I will say is, obviously, Jesse's still using his movement, and he's still doing it fantastically well. But if we compare it to the first fight, Brice has certainly been able to stop that movement a lot better than what he was able to do it in the first fight. He didn't really seem to have many answers in that first fight, whereas today, so far, he's actually been able to stop Jesse a few times. He's been able to get him up against the ropes like he's doing here, and he's cutting the ring off a little bit better.
Probably because he's faced the guy before and comes with experience. He knows what to expect, unless there's anything different coming out, which doesn't look like at this stage. Again, it's good movement, good jab, and Jesse White trying to find openings. Just the speed factor at the moment is on the side of Jesse White.
Yep. You can hear the corners yelling out to watch your head, and that's very common when we have a southpaw versus an orthodox fighter. They're both sort of leaning with their heads, and they're on that angle that heads clash. So hopefully we don't get a head clash. We did have it last time they fought. Jesse got cut. The crowd's certainly loving this fight at Thunderdome, Brett. The Tony Tolge and Dragonfire Boxing have put on another speed. This has been a great night of boxing.
Fantastic
We've
night.
had it all.
A lot of fun fights is coming to the end of this round.
I think we've had it all, Brett. We've had doctors not being at ringside. We've had Brice in fights. We've had refs trying to get involved. I think the only thing we haven't had is a female fight. Everything else we've had tonight.
Yeah. Come to Thunderdome 32 will happen.
Well, I think that's another scoring round for Jesse White. I don't think he's doing much damage with the punches, and I don't think Brice is either. But I still think he's
a points game at this stage.
Yeah, he's just outscoring him by his work rate, by his ring craft. And as you said, Brett, you called it early on, the speed. That's really what's noticeable at the moment, isn't it? He's got a lot more speed than what Brice has at the moment. It almost looks like Brice is the flat footer and Jesse just dancing around him. Now, Brice isn't flat footed, but that's how much speed Jesse's got at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what the big rig and big King Benny Cruz can come up with in the corner. And what we see in this next round.
There you go, round number 3. Brett Bonetti here is still at ringside with Paul Morrison, the main man. Getting the WA State middleweight title on the line here. Scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds. We're in round number 3, this main event here at Thunderdome 31, Perth Metro City. And we trust you are enjoying our coverage live on WTV.
One of the technical things I would like to see is with Jesse, I'd like to see him get his lead foot, which is his left foot, on the outside of Brice's lead foot, which is obviously his right foot. When he does that, what it does is it opens up the straight right down the middle as a straight punch, and you really can't miss with it. We saw that earlier on, obviously, again, with Floyd Masson was doing that with his straight left hand, and that's what you want to try and see Jesse do with his straight right hand, if he can do that.
Said Jesse White again, great movement, and that was a nice punch there, and it was that was following up a nice jab, and another nice punch there by Jesse White.
Yeah, he's landed a couple of good scoring punches, as you called, but then he goes back to his movement. He's not interested in staying.
He's patient, isn't he? He's patient. Picks his moments to strike, and he's doing it well.
I think he knows.
Uppercut tried to almost landed there by Jesse White.
And he's trying to lead him in. I think he feels that Brice is starting to lean in a little bit with his upper body as opposed to his legs. And he was there. You can see a big wide step. And that means he's just going to lean forward as opposed to stepping in. And that's when that uppercut's a dangerous punch.
Nice there by Jesse White. In and out again with a couple of nice punches landed.
Yeah, Brice has got great heart. As you said, Brett, he takes fights on short notice. He's fought at higher weight divisions.
Oh, nice punch there by White. He might have hurt Brice Roullo with that one. He staggers forward, but he still seems all right in the Filipino flash. Yeah, that was a very nice punch. Probably the best punch of the fight so far, especially for Jesse White.
I'd say so. But as you said, you know, Brice is durable. This is where he's got to work in. You see, he's got to get him on the inside. He's got to try to throw shorter punches.
A lot of nice moments there by Brice Roullo.
Yeah, I'd like to see him throw a little bit shorter with the punches. Still swinging a little bit wild with his arms. When he gets him on the inside, especially in the corner there, he's got to try to work a little bit shorter with the punches, drop some levels, punch into the body, then come back upstairs. Because Jesse's just using his athleticism at the moment and staying out of range. And that's what we saw last time they fought as well.
Yeah, it's a very similar fight. But again, it is also a short notice fight.
And it's also hard for Jesse. He wouldn't have been expecting to have another southpaw.
He was training for someone else.
He was sparring for, obviously, training for someone, a right-hander, a lot taller.
That's number 3.
So definitely would be both disadvantage to both fighters in this one, having a late replacement pull-up.
Big shout out to Sarah, Kira and Gemma having a fantastic night as our Thunderdome Dragonfire ring girls. They're having a blast tonight, aren't they?
They are, and I'll tell you what, Jesse White's crowd, all in white, they're having a great time too. The crowd here's been sensational, the fights have been sensational, the hearts of all the fighters that we've seen tonight, they've gone through some punishment, still come out.
It's a fantastic promotion.
Tony Tolles, Dragonfly, the best in the West.
Seconds out.
Having a chat to Floyd Masson as we speak, probably talking about his next move. He was very impressive earlier tonight, Floyd Masson, taking the WA State Cruiserweight title. As we enter round 4 in this main event of Thunderdome 31 at Perth Metro City, WA State middleweight title on the line. Brice, the Filipino Flash Roullo, taking on Jesse White, got a lot of support in the building tonight.
Yeah, and Brice has got a lot of support here too.
Absolutely. Oh, nice punch by White.
There's that straight right hand that can go down the middle, and that's a dangerous punch, obviously, for a southpaw when you're fighting an orthodox fighter. If he can get that foot onto the outside of Brice's foot, he can close his eyes and throw that right hand, and it's going to hit him.
Nice uppercut there by White. We might be looking to try and stop this fight in this round or in round number 5 because he knows that Roullo has a limited training camp for this one. So he might go after in for the kill very soon. Box very smart so far.
Yeah, he has.
Look at that left hook.
He's doing the first rule of boxing very well, hitting and not getting hit. He's not taking punishment.
But he's fighting smart. He's a smart fighter.
Yep. And this is good quality boxing from both guys. And Brice is obviously trying to stop him from doing that. So they're both obviously doing well. Brice just needs to try to sit on his punches a little bit more. When he gets on the inside, throw those shorter punches before going with the big ones. He's trying to lead too much with the big shots, and Jesse can see those, and then he's using his athleticism to get out of the way. It's good movement from Brice and good movement from Jesse. This is good quality boxing.
He doesn't look fatigued at all. He's very fit, isn't he? Good cardio. We've spoken about that a lot tonight with boxers and cardio, but he doesn't look tired at all, does he?
No, he's in good shape. Both guys are coming in.
Look at that, in and out.
Yeah. So Brice is leading with that straight left hand.
Oh, nice punch there by Brice Roullo. Caught the attention of Jesse White then as he goes back to business. And I think Brice is finding it hard to connect on Jesse White at this stage. Had a few good shots landed in the fight, but not enough.
This is a classic matchup of the boxer versus the fighter, so to speak. And it's not that Brice can't box. It's just that all Jesse wants to do is box. Look at that. He throws his 3s and 4s and then he moves. He goes away. He knows he comes in, he does his damage, and he takes off. It's the old saying, it's stealing the cookie from the cookie jar. Brett, you don't stay in the scene of the crime.
See that movement? That was nice ducking and weaving there by White. And again, he knows that the power Brice Roullo has. He tasted it a few times in the first fight, but he's well aware that Brice Roullo still has power and is dangerous any stages of the fight.
That's it. That's exactly right, Brett, and that's why he's fighting to his strength. He knows what he's doing it well. He doesn't really need to change at the moment. Brice is really going to have to get to the corner. They're going to have to reassess what they're doing.
That's the end of round 4.
Another great round of boxing. Jesse White and Brice Roullo showing respect to each other.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the corners and see the difference in the corners. At the moment, Benny Cruz is obviously talking to Brice, so the big rig's in the ring, but Benny Cruz is sitting on the side, he's chatting away. Brice does look like he's a little bit huffing and puffing, thinking, geez, he's getting a lot of work rate, whereas because the fight's on Jesse's terms, he looks like he's quite calm and collected. He feels like it's an easy game at the moment for him.
Thunderdome 31 main event of the evening. On the line, the WA State middleweight title. This is Thunderdome, ladies and gentlemen. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves a champion.
And just as we heard the famous MC
Seconds
DJ
out.
Rose say, this is all on the line. It's all or nothing tonight. Someone's going home a champion. Someone's going home without the belt.
See, we've had a great night of fights here at Thunderdome 31 as we enter round 6 of this one, scheduled for 8. The main event of Thunderdome 31. Brett Bonetti here ringside with Paul the main man Morrison. We've had a fantastic night of fights. Really fun night. Titles on the line. Back and forward action fights. Knockouts. Drama. It's had it all.
Yeah, we've had a busy night. One for the ages, mate.
And I love Thunderdome and especially Perth Metro City because, again, this venue is one of the best places in the world to view boxing. And I say that because, again, it's like that video clip, AC/DC Thunderstruck. You're looking down on the ring, it's a very unique view to view the sport.
Absolutely, and the crowd's definitely got their money's worth tonight. I can promise you this, if you haven't got plans for Thunderdome 32, I'd be booking it in. I'd be looking at Thunderdome, Dragonfire on Facebook, on Instagram, on all the social medias, and I'll be following it, liking it, booking it in your diary. This is a great night out.
Great to have WTV on board once again. We look forward to a good and bright future with our media partners, along with 882 6PR. Covers the fights. I enjoy talking about Thunderdome every week. Big shout out to Tony Serve as well, who's enjoying the fights online.
Absolutely, and without that support, Brett, unfortunately, boxing in WA is not going to survive, because if it wasn't for, as you said, WTV, yourself at 6PR, and Tony told, if it wasn't for that, boxing would be in all sorts of strife here in WA, so it gives the opportunity for fighters like this to...
The man who also helps us support it at 882 6PR is Peter Vlahos, one of our gun broadcasters at 882 6PR. We'll have to get him down to Thunderdome and present a title belt in the near future, maybe Thunderdome 32. So Peter Vlahos, come down to Perth Metro City for Thunderdome.
And hopefully, Brett, you can tell him that I'll be back in action. He can present it to me.
No, you're staying here with me and broadcasting, unless you want to do both.
Well, I might have to do both, because sitting here ringside with what we've seen tonight,
Less than
it just
50
gives you the
seconds
itch to be
remaining
back
this
in there.
round, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, make some noise.
More of the same again. Great boxing by Jesse White as the crowd lifts another cog once again, getting behind their support for both fighters.
And Brice showed some good movement there himself. He can box. He's got the skill to be able to do it. The problem is scoring.
Yeah.
He's just not scoring enough with his punches, with his effective ring dominance, and with his control. He's just not scoring enough. When he's moving and he's not getting hit, he looks well, but then he's not scoring. Whereas Jesse seems to be coming in, landing some scoring punches and getting out.
That was a nice punch there by Jesse White. Caught the attention of the Filipino Flash. But he's taken the shots well tonight, Brice Roullo. Nice left himself thrown there by Brice.
Yeah, well, Brice is obviously, he's got a record that some people would think it doesn't look the best.
We were talking about before, but he's fought tough fights.
Yeah.
And he's also taken short notice fights like this one. He's a team player.
That's right. And he's only been stopped twice, so it shows how durable he is and how tough he is. Having a look over in the corners again, I can see that Igor's just been, he seems calm, but he's still telling Jesse, hey, get back to the game plan, don't engage in the fight. He's telling him to get back to boxing, don't get hit. So we can expect to see more of the same from Jesse White in the next round. He's going to go back to his boxing, he's going to come in and come out. And having a look over in the corner of Brice Roullo.
You've got to be impressed with the conditioning of Jesse White as well, because he doesn't look tired, he looks fresh. He looks like he can go 15 rounds.
Yeah, well, he's definitely come over in good shape. He's got his own gym. He's a former footy player. He's athletic. He's in great shape. He's done the work. And it looks like at the moment, definitely on the scorecards, it's paying dividends.
Round 6.
Now this is
A bit of ice in the corner of Brice Roullo there as Big Rig Dale Phillips gets it out at the instructions of our referee, Gary Ingraham. The best in the business, yeah. You guys said it first.
That's it, you got me there.
But you agree with me, that's what that most counts. Once I thought I was wrong, but I was actually right.
We should give him a bit of a plug here, Springer, because he doesn't get a lot of...
He's doing it all night.
I know, but he doesn't get a lot of TV time, and that's what means he's a good ref. Yeah. Because when the ref's not involved in the fight, that's when you know he's a good ref. So we'll give him another plug, because you probably won't see him on the TV.
Yes, Springer. Movement more shown by Jesse White. He's looking for his spots. So Ingraham gets out of the way. Almost ran into each other.
Lucky we should give him a plug and say, lucky he used to be the Freo runner and he could run that. He got out of there pretty quick, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think what I'd like to see more of Brice do, when he's trying to come in, he's still coming in as that stationary target. He's got to move his head from side to side. He's got to change his height. And that way, when he comes in, it's going to give Jesse a hard target to hit. At the moment, when he's coming in, he's just walking straight forward, and that's making it easy for Jesse.
Again, Jesse White is not there long enough for Brice Roullo to hit. His movement is outstanding tonight. He's fresh, and he's boxing really well.
Yep, good skills, good movement, good athleticism.
Oh, nice body shot there by White. Haven't seen that many body shots, really. I mean, a lot of it's been the jab and move from White. The counter right hand landing on the head.
Yeah, we can't really fault either boxer. I mean, they're both doing a great job at obviously what they're doing.
And obviously they know each other quite well from the Thunderdome 30.
Yep. As we said at the start,
Less than 60 seconds remain
taken off
in
where they
this
left.
round, ladies and gentlemen. Bring your fighter home strong. Who are you going for? Is it Brice Roullo in the blue corner? Is it Jesse White in the red corner? Who's going to be the champion? Make some noise.
So Brice Roullo got some support at ringside, very loud crowd. He said there's a different style of movement rather than dancing around the ring. He's got good movement where he's getting out of the way but striking and making the referee work then, but I think it's good movement. Oh, nice punch there by Brice Roullo.
Yeah,
that's probably his best punch of the fight.
There's the first straight left that he got, and he's got him again. But look at that, then he gets out of the way. That's beautiful movement.
That's the end of round 6.
Unfortunately, in world boxing, we've actually just lost one of the best in Pernell Whitaker, Sweet Pea. If you want to go on YouTube him and watch his movement, or you can look at the best in Floyd Mayweather.
Well.
I mean, you look at Floyd Mayweather, some people might say that that's not good boxing, but that is defensive, technical, highly skilled boxing. And Jesse White's doing that tonight. He's in the fight, he's not getting hit, he's not getting hurt. He's not getting tired. We saw in some earlier fights, the guys that were fatigued the most were the boys that were taking the most punishment. Punishment equals fatigue, and he's just not getting hit, so he's not fatiguing.
Exactly right, Paul.
Brice has got his work cut out for him. He's still got to try and cut that ring off, but he's got to get him into a position where he can then work the body shots that you called for earlier on to try to slow Jesse down. That's the only way he's going to be able to slow him down, and the fight's dragging on. He's got to make changes quickly.
The only chance he's got in this fight now is to win the title is obviously by stoppage. That's going to be very hard to do with the movement and the fitness and the conditioning of Jesse White, because again, he looks in fantastic shape and he doesn't look tired.
So when we're in obviously the 7th round with only 2 rounds to go, you called it, Brett, he's going to need a stoppage. And Jesse just hasn't looked like being hurt at the moment because he hasn't been hit hard enough at the moment. He's been hit with that one really straight left hand towards the end of that last round, but he seemed to take it quite well.
And then credit to Brice Roullo. Again, he doesn't look hurt either. It's just taking a lot of shots tonight. Yep. And it's probably more the work rate of Jesse White. In and out, great movement. He's been on the coming forward, but again.
And that's one of the other skills for the viewers at home that are watching that some people don't pick up on boxing. It's actually where to get hit or where you can get hit, how to deflect the punches, to use your hands, your shoulders, your movement. All of those things happen over time in defensive fighting. And as I said, both guys are still only inexperienced fighters. You know, novice fighters, really. This is only his 5th fight. And you've got Brice, who's only just had the 13 fights. So they're both novice fighters.
Oh, that's a nice punch there by Jesse White. Sometimes he gets caught like Brice gets caught like that because he's not moving his head off the centre line.
You see, he goes in there and hits him with another left hand, but
Jesse's there behind it.
But Jesse's going backwards and Brice is leaning in with it, so there's no weight behind it. There's no real turn of those hips and that real devastating
best punch of the fight from Brice Roullo came in round number 7.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Round 6, this is round 7.
This round 7, yeah.
So we've got the Brice. The crowd ramps up another one as CJ Rose gets sprayed with some sweat from that one.
Well, that was a bit weird because we got the Brice chance and then straight away we got the White chance because they didn't want to be overheard. So
speaking of White, serves you boys right for wearing white.
There's nothing wrong with that. If you look good in white, you look good in white. I wore black last time, but I didn't want to be seen wearing the same thing twice.
We've got some nice red patterns on tonight. New fashion statement.
Yeah, no, I'll go back to black next fight, that's for sure.
So you're supposed to get smarter as you go on.
No, you're right, Brett. I apologise for that.
You're good. Been a great night. Oh, nice punch there again by Jesse White.
He's just out of range of Brice. You can see the frustration in Brice, just in his body language and his movement. Every time he throws a punch, he's just missing. And Jesse's making him just miss it. And that's frustrating as a fighter. Because what that does is it makes you overreach. And then the fighter that's on the other end, he can actually see those punches even more.
Coming to the end of round number 7 is about bell sounds right now.
That is the end of round 1-7.
Again, Jesse White continues to rack up the points. One more to go in the main event of Thunderdome 31.
Yeah, well, the crowd can't be disappointed in the night of entertainment they've had tonight. I don't see this guy getting stopped because, as you said, we can't see Brice being able to get him into a position where he can hold him enough and land the heavier shots to stop him. If the fight continues the way it looks like, we're going to have Jesse White as the WA champ after this fight. But who knows, but we know that one punch can change a fight, can change everything.
No stool by Jesse White. He's just ready to go this last round, get the job done, and go back home with the WA State middleweight title.
Absolutely, and he's been impressive. His fitness, his endurance, to be able to move the way he's moving for the 8 rounds.
Here comes the embrace. Much respect to the Filipino Flash, Brice Roullo and Jesse White. This is the 8th and final round of the main event of Thunderdome 31. It is for the WA State middleweight title. Brett Benetti here with Paul the Main Man Morrison. We've had a fantastic night and we're going to close the show with this great last round.
Well, Brice has just got to leave it all in the ring. He's just got to bite down on his mouth guard. He's got to be prepared to maybe eat some punches, to give some punches. And that's the only way he's going to score this fight and get the knockdown that he's going to need, the stoppage that he's going to need. Because on our scorecards, we certainly have Jesse well in front on points.
It's not going to be any controversy tonight on the judges' scorecard.
Where do you think this takes the middleweight division? Obviously, we know that Jesse was supposed to fight Paul Gould. Do we think that Paul would like to challenge him if he is to win the title? Where do we go from here?
What I'd like to see is obviously Jesse's got a fight lined up in Melbourne in November. There is a Thunderdome in between that, but I would like to see that match that was supposed to take place between the Pitbull Paul Gould and Jesse White. I think that'd be a really good fight, and I'm looking forward. I hope it happens.
Yep. Well, with the support of the crowd, I think Jesse would be happy to come back to WA because his supporters are great supporters. They're still screaming. They're all dressed in white. I wonder with his teammate earlier having all black, I wonder whether they got changed.
Dylan Winter,
yeah, they went
really impressive against Jed Bolton, getting the TKO knockout victory in round three in the second fight of the night. But I mean, call it TKO, that was a knockout.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I mean, just call a knockout what it is. No TKO, that was just a beautiful knockout. In the corner as well, Dylan Winter, sorry. Crowd knows that Jesse White probably got this one in the bag. But courageous performance. Much respect to Brice Roullo.
In this crowd, ladies and gentlemen, if you and your partner walking out with the strap tonight, you better make some noise. We've got Brice Roullo in the blue corner. We got Jesse White in the red corner.
You can hear the crowd behind us, Brett. They're loving what they're seeing. This has been good quality boxing. It's a culmination of a great night of boxing, so they will listen to that.
He knows. He's going to take it to the bell and congratulate his opponent. But what a great fight. What a great performance by both fighters. Much respect.
Yep.
Look at this. They're keen to end on a bang this one. The crowd is getting into it and these guys are going to finish off with a flurry. Not long to go. Let's listen to the crowd here at Perth Metro City. 10 seconds left.
You can see the fight in Brice. Oh, yeah.
Punch by Brice.
Look at that. See, he's got fight. Credit to Brice.
Doesn't give up.
Credit. Look at the heart. Look at the warrior in him. He just wants to keep fighting.
Well done, boys. Well done.
Great fight.
Jesse knows what Brice Roullo did for him tonight. Just taking the fight was an achievement in itself, and he knows to go to the crowd and say thank you and well deserved. Great sportsmanship. What a great way to end the main event of Thunderdome 31.
Couldn't have said it better.
Bloody hell, I've better got you. I could have got you for the bloody co-main event, and it's like, I'm looking for it because no one, they said they'd already arranged something for the bloody co-main event as well.
They mixed everything up.
Oh, they did. I arranged something big, from 60 yards. I arranged that one, and I thought,
Yeah.
okay. So what are you doing, boys? Let me know.
Yeah.
Well done, bro. Trying to get the belt to the bullet.
They want to
Okay.
All right, let's have both fighters to the center of the ring, please.
Who wants to hold it? What do you want to hold? See you later. Did I say that on mine?
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, bout 8 of the evening. This is your Thunderdome 31 main event. After 8 rounds of action, we turn to the judges for their decision. Ladies and gentlemen, it is unanimous. Your winner and the new WA State Middleweight Champion, the red corner, Jesse White!
Well done, bro. Good work, bro. It's all right. He should have got you to fight for him, bro.
All right,
I know,
got the
I should be in
music.
that
I'm with the
I know,
winner.
but you would have won,
Just
bro.
before getting the photo with world number 15, Steve Gargo, and Michael the Bullet Kaplan. Congratulations, those boys. I'm with the new champ, Jesse White. Look at this support you have. Don't you think it sounds so strange to me because when they announce that you're from Victoria, fighting a WA boy, and the noise that the crowd gives for you, the love that they give for you, we know that you're a Perth boy. You must be grateful for the support you receive.
Yeah, I've said it once.
Should I?
Before I'll say it again, I've got the best fucking supporters.
Speaking of your supporters, I got to get your supporters to give a big shout out for your opponent tonight, the Filipino Flash Brice Roullo. The reason why is because Jesse here had an opponent that got pulled out due to injury. Brice stepped up at last minute at short notice to take the fight so Jesse could have a chance to win this title. So much respect. You must have so much respect for Brice Roullo to take this rematch from you.
Hey, Brice Roullo, all respect to him. I've never met someone so genuine. He's a legend. We actually became good friends after we fought the first time. And we're meant to catch up tonight, and it seems we did. So, mate, I thank him so much for taking the fight on 2 weeks' notice. Tony's worked his ass off behind the scenes to get us that fight. And he knew the support that was coming. He had to make it happen. And he did. Thank you very much, Tony.
Jesse, again, this is your second appearance at Thunderdome. Another fantastic performance. Your boxing skills were elite tonight. Your movement was elite. Your jab was working nicely. You're catching him with right hands all throughout the fight. So close to this points decision to win this title that you're loving at the moment. You're due in the ring, I believe, in Melbourne in November. I mean, your original fight was supposed to be against the Pitbull in Paul Gould. Is that a fight that you want in future and come back to you in a fight in front of your fans at Thunderdome?
I'm not sure, mate. We're gonna reset, go back to the drawing board. We might drop down a weight class, we make 72 too easy. Look, it just depends what's going to be next for us, and if Paul's there in that spot, then we're going to take it. But if not, then we move on and we go to big and better things. But fuck, how good does this look?
It looks really good. It suits you. Again, I'm really enjoying following your boxing career. We're going to call you a Perth boy because we want you back at Thunderdome. what I want you to do now is basically go down, enjoy this night with your fans, get a lot of photo opportunities, put them on Facebook. Have you got one more final word for everyone here at Thunderdome?
I got a massive word. I just want to thank first and foremost my wife Lauren. She's I haven't been the nicest person the last 2 weeks, but we get through it. My coach Igor, he's done so much for me in such a short amount of time. I can't thank him enough, as well as Anthony, his right-hand man. They've both done absolutely amazing things for both Lauren and I. My team, all my sparring partners back home, we prepared for a tall, lankier guy, but yeah, we turned it on when we needed to, and we did what we had to do. My family coming over from Melbourne, that's the Lions Den family and my Roullo family. My friends, my family from Perth. I know you're always going to come and support me. My brother Dylan fought tonight, knockout. What a legend. Dragonfire, Tony again, thank you so much. Thank you all for coming out. We are going to stick around, have a drink. Let's get some sick photos because damn, it does look good. And then we're going to go get dressed. We're going to go to the Merrywell. And I hope you all can make it to Merrywell. Let's flood the place. Let's have fun. I've said it once before. This is the Dad, this one's for you.